OKC Police Department. Been on the police department for 25 years. The last 4 years I've been the supervisor of the Police Athletic League unit. The Police Athletic League unit is comprised of a lieutenant, 4 officers that are actually assigned to the 13 middle schools that we serve. We also have additional officers, the SROs, that help us out that are actually at the schools. They come in and help us as well. Then we have officers that are out on the streets, all the divisions. We have 4 major divisions throughout the city. And then we also bring in some of our investigators, detectives, who are officers, went inside to do investigations, but they want to come back and still be part of the community and help out. So the Police Athletic League has been around for 33 years here in Oklahoma City. So we started it back in 1991. It started out with 1 lieutenant and a sergeant, and they just pretty much started forming leagues, started to do activities based a mile off the National PAL, the way they do it. And then we kind of just spun from there to where it is today. Today we have 1 center. We're getting ready to expand to another center at the Shillings Rec Center. That's getting ready to hopefully get finalized within the next month. So we'll be over there at that center. We have after-school programming as well. We bring in kids from Southeast, Roosevelt, Wheeler. That's a bus stop for them. Those principals that said, hey, we want our kids to go to you, we'll make sure there's a bus stop that stops there and drops off the kids that they can do after school mentor. So that's a program that's exploding for us as well. And so I'm glad we're going to be getting the Shillings Rec Center. It's going to help us out in that area there at by Wheeler Middle School. We are very excited this year. First off, I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, we could not put on our leagues. So I want to thank you, especially a lot of the educators that are here. Thank you for saying, hey, yes, I want to spend all day with my kids, and then after school, and then on the weekends too. That means you really love your kids. Thank you. By show of hands, how many are out of those things? Who's been coaching for 10 years? With PAL. Who's been coaching for PAL the last, let's say, 5 years? 5 years. Stand up, stand up. And who's been coaching for more than, who's the first time here? First time. Yeah!
Keep the hands up.
I want, first year, I got some more things. So I want you to, sometimes when it gets cloudy, I want you to keep your eyes bright. If it's bright out there, I want to keep it bright. Sometimes it gets dark. We say, hey, I'm not getting through these kids. But you are. So I got some more. I didn't know that we had this many first timers. I got a lot. If I didn't get you one, I'll make you one. The rest who've been coaching 2 or more years, thank you. I got some gifts for you too. It's very exciting. PAL, I tell you what, we're getting ready to take it to the next level, and we already have. So here, I'm sure Brian will take some of Brian's thunder because he's been working very hard. So this year we got coaches' kits. We actually have a bag that each and every one of you can get. All right. That cooler that each and every one of you can get. We want to make sure our kids are hydrated. This year we're going to make sure the kids have Gatorade and water at all the games. So they don't have to worry about something. We're actually going to provide it for them. So we're still going to get a water bottle, but we're going to have actually water partnered up with Pepsi. And so they said, hey, we want to help out. So we want to get that as well. So Pepsi's donated a bunch of water to us. We're going to be giving it We want to give you what you've been given to us and what you've been given to our community. So the big picture is, why do we do what we do? It's very important. The sports aspect is just a hook. It's just a hook. But the thing is, we want to build our kids up, give them good character, give them good character so that they can be productive members in our community, so our community can thrive. Because, they say our kids are our future. No, kids are our community. I don't believe that they're our future. Yes, they are. They got a lot of stuff going for their future, but they are our community, and we have to invest in them. All right, and it starts with you coaches, because other than the parents and the guardians, they look up to you. I know that I talked to a lot of the SROs that coach, and it may they have issues initially at their schools, but as soon as they start coaching, the kids start changing their attitudes towards the officer, because the officers are in uniform. My officers that go out to the schools, before they go out to the schools, they're in plain clothes like me. Sometimes they forget we're officers, and it's easy for them to relate to us, but not so much for the officers that are the SROs that are there. And I want to thank our SROs for also being like the teachers. They're there all day at the school. They're there. So I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you on behalf of the police department. By you coaching in PAL, you represent the police department. You represent the city of Oklahoma City. You do. So how you conduct yourself and how you treat our kids, they're our kids, all of our kids, is important. Very important. How you treat them. And so they'll remember that. They'll remember that for the rest of their lives. I had an incident when I was a kid. I was in school, and I was in the English class, and I had gone to Oklahoma City Public School all my life. I wanted to go to a private school for 3 years. And I was in the English class, and we had a spelling test, and so the teacher was kind of preparing us all for that. And so she asked me personally, she goes, stand up, she asked me to spell the word, I don't remember. But I do remember that I was told, shut up, stupid, instead. So I remember that. And it stuck with me for a long time. It's still with me now, if I remember it. But I don't dwell on it. But I said, I'll never do that to a kid. I'll never do that. So what happens bad to me, I'll make sure that I don't pass that on to somebody else. And that's our job, is make sure that we pass on the good stuff to help these kids overcome the bad stuff. Right? Feel me? That makes sense? Yeah. That's what we should do. We should build our kids up, not put them down. That's not our job. How we conduct ourselves as coaches is important. Well, how we speak to our kids, how we speak to others, how we speak, how we act, what we say is very important. Very important. And so I want y'all to keep that in mind. Keep that. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you there coaching? All right? We want to provide the kids an opportunity to build their confidence, to get some skills. And more importantly, is being around a positive adult like yourselves. And I want to thank you. I mean, I cannot express how thankful I am. I really am. Because I know you're pouring yourselves into these kids. And I just want to say thanks. I mean, I can say it 1,000 times, and I don't think it'd be enough. I don't think it'd be enough. Right? So, with that, I think I've spoken too long this time. I just kind of wanted to let you know, on behalf of the police department, we thank you, and we're glad that you're our partners. We have several partners that help us out. The PAL board, they're great. Without the PAL board, Eddie Wright's one of them. OKCPS, great partner. Fields and Futures, Things for Kids. I'm sure if you coach for us, you've benefited. Your kids have benefited kids in the elementary schools and pass them on to us, and we pass them on to OKCPS, so that, hopefully we can get these kids to have some confidence, build a sense of community, build a sense of belonging. And that's what they need, a sense of belonging. And that's what sports does for them. But more importantly, you are important to those kids. So don't forget that, right? So I think I said enough. Ryan, everyone.
Get Joe going. Thanks for that. I'll just say ditto for all that, because you guys are very important. So, thank you guys so much for being here. This morning, we'll get going with a little master class by Joe Scally. And then after that, I'll go over kind of some PAL stuff that you'll need to know throughout the year, throughout the season, things to do with the kids, surveys, grant stuff that we have to have turned in, things like that. So, thank you to the Dodgers, or I guess the Oklahoma City Baseball Club. They're also help build what they try to do in these programs. I think that's one thing. Another thing that we're doing here is trying to teach these kids the next steps, get them ready for the next steps. So at some point, when they get to ed, they now can compete. These coaches know these kids for 4 years instead of 2 years. You get to know these kids. These kids don't go into 7th grade just learning the basics. You have to start teaching all over again. This is their grassroots. That's why we try to get the YMCA involved and us involved, so that when they get to the 7th and above, you guys can help those on more advanced things. So, with all respect, I'll get out of here. But Joe Scully, he's gonna come here and give you guys good information on coaching. Okay. Well, let me introduce Taylor Haynes. He's with the city.
Good morning, everybody. We got to do better than that. We set the example for the kids. Good morning, everybody. And first of all, I just want to echo what Officer Dennis said, what Ryan said. Thank you all for being here this morning. First Saturday, school starting, and you decided to be here. That means a lot. Thank you so much. On behalf of the school district, what you guys do with these programs, we're just happy to be part of it. But the example that you're setting, PAL going in, continuing the pipeline, elementary school goes to the high school. You guys are the hands and feet of it. We really appreciate all that you do. Programmatic level and education level. And so I'm Taylor Haynes. If you haven't met me, it's great to meet all of you. I am with the OKC Baseball Club Foundation there. We're really glad to be here. We appreciate you. Just to help pour into you guys as well. Today we're going to hear from lifelong educator, sports psychologist, Joe Scally. He came to Chicago, today. He's probably familiar with soccer, so where our soccer coaches at. Got a good group of soccer coaches today. He's been a soccer coach for over 30 years. In club level, in high school, in club level. So his information today is all about developing competitors on the field, but also in the classroom. You guys are required today, but you're going to get a sermon from Joe. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I'm excited to be here today for a lot of reasons. One is I love talking to coaches, and I'm going to talk a little bit, but we're going to do stuff together. So I'm going to get you involved sometimes in moving and working. So I'm not just going to talk into it for an hour again. What we know from positive books class is that a lot of things we'll talk about today. Oh, I'm going to cut myself off right here. If you can see that number up there, if you wouldn't mind moving that, I would appreciate it, because it gets you signed up, and the benefit to us is names on the list that we share with our funders, because we're not for profit, and we can say, hey, we're with these many coaches on this day. For you, it gets you receiving our newsletter, which is a really good newsletter for coaches that has information about, for parents and athletes that you share, helping kids have a positive experience, helping them learn the sports that they don't like, keep playing sports because, as Eddie said, you were here, it's a book. It's great to get kids playing sports, but it's also a great way to get them building their self-confidence, learning about themselves, learning how to be a teammate, learning how to work hard, all this. So I'm very excited to talk about this. I also feel really connected here. I'm from Chicago, but I have 3 brothers that live in Oklahoma. I got to spend the night with one last night, and I'll be meeting with my other brother who's coming in from Tulsa today, so I was excited about that as well. And I have 2 daughters who are both teachers in the Chicago market. So I know some of the challenges that some of them face. And so I like sharing what I know with teachers. So having said that, let's get started. Okay, if you didn't get one of these books, I think everyone got one coming in. But there's a lot of good information. We'll talk about some of it in the workshop, but there's things in here that we won't talk about today. There's not in much detail. Take a look at this, read through it. Just a lot of good stuff. What I found about positive coaching bias information is that it's easy to use. You can learn a new tool and use it right away. But it's also very neat when you make the things your own, tweak them to fit your style, your personality. You'll be the best coach you can be when you're the best you use, because no one formula for coaching. We all do it differently. These will give you some concepts and tools and what we talk about today to build yourself and get better as a coach. And my word is a real tiny bit of the inside from upwards having contributed to this. So I'm very proud of that. So I like that piece of box. And let's get started. So we're going to talk today. I'll tell you a little bit about positive coaching. We're a national organization, started at Stanford University a little over 25 years ago. We've done a lot of workshops across the country, coaches of all different sports. What we talk about today, we're not being sports specific. You can use it for baseball, you can use it for soccer, you can use it for volleyball, you can use it for any sport, coaching for baseball. It fits. And you have to adjust it to your sport at the age level that you're looking at, and all sorts of other things. But it's very flexible. We've got a national advisory board that goes with coaches and athletes that tell us what works for them. A lot of athletes whose names you know from baseball, Bakers out there, Brad Office, Steve Kerr from basketball. I could name all sorts of coaches and athletes that talk to us about what works for them, what helps kids learn how to compete. We're about winning. We all like to win. But we realize that winning is a very small part of the body for kids. The love of the body is, as we talk about, a safe place to play. They can build their confidence, where they can feel part of the team. And things we talk about today promote that. But the cool thing is that while they're doing that, they can also learn a lot about playing a sport and get better at that sport and be really good at that. So our national advisory board is helping us there. But also on our national advisory board are a lot of developmental psychologists, sports psychologists, teachers and educators, people who research what helps kids grow, what helps kids grow. And they share that information with us, and then we in turn share with you as best we can through the newsletter and workshops like this. And we try to stay very much on the front end of things, so we're putting out good, new information all the time. So, for instance, our national advisory board is looking at Harold West, who came up with the concept of growth mindset, which some of you it's used a lot in schools and businesses and in sports and a lot of places. And she talks with us about how to apply it. So, it's a wonderful organization. I've been involved with them since 2006. We do workshops. I was the national director of training there for 3 years. 2007 to 2010. I still do a lot of workshops all the time. It's just a great organization. And the ideas are really, really good. So you can see our mission. It's fits very much with what everybody's been talking about. To change culture of youth sports so that every child, regardless of social or economic circumstance, has access to a positive youth sport. That's really what we're all about. And I know that's what you're working to. And our principles for today, we know this, we're smarter together than apart, so we're going to share it. We learn by playing and experiences doing, so we're going to do some activities where we talk with each other, maybe even some role playing. Somebody's great at somebody's great is enough to stand up and do that. We might try that. And we learn by both listening and sharing. So if you have an idea that you think you want to share it. Every idea is good. Hear it and learn things from that. And also, we want to listen to each other respectfully. So everyone try out this process and take care of ourselves and others in the process. And make space and take space. If you talk a lot, maybe step back. If you're not saying anything, then look for an opportunity to step in and say something. So let's start with this. What I'd like you to do, does everybody here know everybody else? No, of course not. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is get up this way. Go and find somebody you don't know. Introduce yourself, tell them what you're coaching, a little bit about yourself. One other thing, what Coach Dickey talked about, that we had an in-camp. So coaches believing and talking to you, curious part. What else? Somebody else, yes.
I'll tell the story about my Little League football coach. My first started sports was a style coach, Coach Greg McDowell. And he just brought in something to our neighborhood that we was missing. And ever since then, like, our whole team, we call each other to this day, we were all doing something positive, whether it's coaching, influence departments, or teaching. So he had a positive impact not only just on the team, but also my father.
What's your first name?
Keisha.
Keisha. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks for honoring your coach that way. Think about that. Coaches are very respected in our society. You do plays all the time. Times people are down, outreach, away. But coaches are always still something. I will people respect. So we have this opportunity, all these ways that we just heard about it. For each of you, kind of a story. I want to tell my real quickly. So I in fifth grade, I quit out. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, before I stumble, I got one more question. So in fifth grade, I tried out for football, and I was terrible. And I think they called them tryout, but everybody made the team. And I was just terrible. I was the best not left to right. And on the second day, I was playing catch and jump with a front line, and the coach went in next Coach Jam. And this I'm going. And a few minutes later, the guy came up to me, and he said, "Hey Joe," which just shocked me, because how does he know my name? Because I'm older than this. So how does he know who I am? And he said to me, "I see you trying to be a countdown." I said, "So I'm trying hard out, that's not." But you know, he planted a seed. That's what I think coaches do. What? Like Donnell, the seed that I believe. And then he took the next 5 to 10 minutes to show me some things how to do, how to break down the Lakers half out of them Vikings, how to hold the ball. And the next day, at the tryout, I did better. I was still out, but I did better. And I made the team because I think I'm ready to do that. And I was the worst player at that team, so didn't win a game all season. And I didn't get to play all that much. But I've been out to play for 12 years after that.
And as Keisha always said, man, some of my best friends was children truck. So it still gets to me when I talk about this jack. Look at the difference they made. I don't even God like them that. But just by saying you live this the show me that history that I was good. So that's what we tell the real people. And the last question up here is, what are your little see? Because if it sets the goals, when I'm sure you have some goals, and some of them may be about what we're going to teach the kids in terms of the sport, or winning, or statistics, and stuff. What other goals? Right? That help me watch. And if we do that, that can help us stakeholders on real issue, which is that we're talking about some of the kids here, helping them stay involved. So think about setting some goals that I would submit that you would have a season where next year every kid wants to come back and play some sport, you've got success. Whether you win a game or not. Let's talk about that 5th grade team I played at. Everybody came back, but 8th grade people played the tables. A lot of us went out to play high school, college, all because the disculturated positive element what games, but because he helped us for each other, like not play sport. So think about our goals. We'll see you there. Think about what's the ways I support it. As a coaching lines, we talk like double goal. So how many goals breaks a double goal coaching? 2. Yeah, 2 goals. And you can see what they are. It's developing things. And by that I mean, you don't need winning. It's just like developing kids who are out play, who are how to do winning things, like teaching life is good. It's now for vice versa. And kids need coach. They need a coach who can teach it to sports. They don't want to come out there just fooling around. They want others to think about it. We know that you that book, we need to teach it's going together. Helping the Mrs. Do that colleagues, teaching things about respecting, but if not respecting the teammates, having the right yet, working hard, but showing up on it, be the best good. All skills that translate unity and is down throughout their lives. One is to attack. Excellent. And so work is winning. And I know I'm preaching to the choir if Christ did. I know that when you don't avoid it as primary goal. Does that change when you're out from every field? I know for me, I know all these things. Like I want to develop kids' character, or I want to teach them new skill. Then we get out in the competition, and I want to win, And I'm coaching that way a little bit, and I have to remind myself, what's the primary? Because sometimes trying to win undermines life. And I just want to be careful. But most of the time, they go hand in hand. If I'm teaching a kid something that helps them be a winner, they're also learning a life skill. They use school, use their job, they use their identity, use their families. So keep that in mind. But there's I think he was his video guy. He's talking about winning, but I just like how he talks winning and failure is something he was. He reminded what he was. I want to let you scout the go down and so we'll have back towards back. You're close enough. Okay, let me try it. Yeah, I got about it too. Well, no problem. I use the bottom line of one. He's being asked right after the playoffs. Just been eliminated.
playoffs and the quarters that he said failed. And he said, well, is your job a failure? Go get a promotion? Michael Jordan was in the league 16 years and he won, or 15 years he won 6 championships. Were the other 9 a failure? He said, no, there's no failure. He ends up by saying, there's no failure in sports. It's a learning experience. And if we look at it that way, that makes it easier for all the kids, That each one can learn something that makes it better. Some of them are going to be the best athletes then. And some of them are not going to be very good at all. That changes over time. But each one of them can get better. Not only in terms of athletic skills that they know, but also in terms of skill. So there is no business. You're all out here doing this. And it's going to make a difference. And thank you, Mayor, for that. Yes, Peter has been set, putting all your time and effort into kitchen aren't your own. To help them be better. So, no failure. Here's the benefits of Sammy Spot. Sports culture. I know I don't think he's so anywhere. But his athletes who work better, who work half of it, than he's in. You're in. Good job. And actually, we prepared to be character programs that emphasize that as the lead goes. And when we kind of get that, things sort of given. I'll mention this now while I think about it. Is that one of the psychologists who worked with this woman named Erin Scott. She's the director of clinical psychology there at the University of Kansas. So she works with all their teams. They've been pretty successful. But she's done research over almost 30 years now on what helps kids grow. And she describes it as being a caring fight. Her research shows that she's done this with college athletes, individual athletes, younger kids, that if they're in a caring climate, they play better. They have better statistics, they have better success and performance. But in addition to that, less compressed, less anxious, they get better grades, they get sick less often, they have better lifetime health. When they experience stress in a caring climate, what does she describe as a caring climate? Simply that it's one where every person involved is treated with dignity, respect, and kindness. When we do that, kids thrive. So think about that. Think about something youth sports and medicine been to. Is there kindness and respect being extended to everyone? Not all, right? Sometimes there's arguments. Sometimes the parents, you got parents. Sometimes the parents yell at the opposing players. Sometimes coaches yell at each other. Sometimes we yell at the official. Sometimes we are putting our school. So if we can heighten kids do better. Early on when we started doing this in positive energy, we ran across a parent who said, I would like to go to a game, cheer, so that nobody knows which team my kid is on. They don't know which kid is mine. I'm just out there cheesing. That's a great model. So we can do that as coaches as well. Cheer for your partner. They make it great. Cheer for out. And when that's done, and we both do it. Now I know that's hard to do, as I said. And it is, so we get out there and see an opponent, and it's easy sometimes to crawl into the competition. But if we can shake hands with the coach before the game, and now let's see officials think Steve. They realize that this so try those things out, show respect or kindness to everyone, parents, especially only parents. How many of you run into parents who are difficult? But cheer the right way sometimes they get on you. It's important to remind the parents and the kids who are coaching. Our kids are in a better place. Our first carries that let me you don't need what parents can remember is that kids can want dad call that they do for good. They would dad call it bounce back or how to react. And you can teach them. Try this in practice. we call it drill during practice, but we teach kids all sorts of things about the sport, but we often don't teach them about how to gap during the game. So if you're officiating a scrimmage, would you all sometimes you make a really bad, make a call that's just obviously bad. Ball's out, the ball again, somebody's safe, call fouls, whatever it might be. See, what will they do first time you do it?
Yeah, probably.
Kids, yeah, and then sometimes what do you look at? If this stop, it takes 30 seconds. This is going to happen during the game. How should we react? Yeah. Well, walk away. Move on to the next thing, the Kingston, whatever you like. And then the next time they do that, they'll start to get it. And by the third or fourth time they do that, they're not doing this anymore. We're laughing. And they understand the bad policy. And that's so we want to let the parents know that too, the opportunity for their kids for this things, not just to win a trophy that's nice, but to learn all the skills. That's the parents could get out where so we want a place where this is and know that the law outside place where it's safe, great public practice, and safe from coach being too aggressive with them. Safe from the other players doing things that put their down as they can happen. And why does that go around is split? But also seeing and heard that. And that is what kids feel that way. They will feel better. But they also just, they're really taught you to get past. It is where to give you. Yeah. So we're going to talk about these three principles and read about it. Because people look at it. They're very solid principles. And again, you know how this. So hopefully I can give them all the cool points. But the basis of it all is having a trusting relationship. Really. If they trust you, then you can talk to them about it. And people like, I know, you got to start trust again. They can now be safe. I'll see you actually see you. Yeah. Well, I really begin to trust in the relationship. You want turn to somebody near you like who was your favorite coach. You were growing up playing sports. And if you can't think of a coach like a teacher or some else of that to work, you just talk about why they use doing everything. So, somebody tell us about your favorite color. That's what student make. If our your favorite, encourage them to. How old were you when that coach?
Seventh grade.
What's what? Yes. Seventh grade. And what's more? Cheerleading.
We because of family.
Oh, these scores on that. How would you say, like, you were coming into something different? How did that?
We
It was fun. Yeah. Fun is important. We sometimes forget that, but sports should be fun. Because yeah. You know, as you say that, I was watching the Olympics. The other was watching for the really goal. And she said, they asked her what difference did they do in age. And she had not coached. Well, what difference She did, what did she do to feed all together? She said she made it fun. So at that level, no people, we keep that alive. That's how we keep acting in relationship. So all we thought about coach, that was great. Think about what they would do to help you feel like parents. Get around and spot this. God stays like this. How we are going to see. Is that where it's easy to do the great ones? That's it. That's the better the relationship we have, the better she's going to perform, and the better we are going to be as building those connections. Is the foundation. If you don't have that, you can know everything about a sport. Right? So you can do your best to introduce your lives in those players. That's it. When you really challenge, you're not going to do that. So building that is much easier. You do it. You'll make those people. Maybe this is doing that he's got all students. Great team. That was the most important. You can trust in the relationship. Pressure and pace. Think about it. Seriously. Why? You know why you're benefits. What your benefits used to be the best way. There is no way to see. Did you or did you combination? That a common trust relationship. If they trust you, maybe they're all out. Maybe they're all. Yeah. Yeah, part of got to do that, and part of. What else can you see doing? Build characteristics. What do you better to see? But that's the second steal is that part of the outcome. If you leave it that way, and trust the hero. Now to who's your first thing? We try okay, but then English. My thank you. That's true. I'm sure you all thought of things in trust relationships. And it's tough when a kid is getting through all of that. It's giving a kid an opportunity to maybe get a rough day. You can come to your practice. And even if they don't say anything, they can say something. You'll protect them. Maybe they can say something. They trust you out. And you can talk about it. And that way more quick. As you win your project, or anything you do something. He's thinking about something. Right. You'll secure everything. So trust and relationships are really good. And when we build them, these are the things we build that by having team culture as yet. So making place emotional well-being violence and health and it's like you said, the students just help kids try hard. So here's some tools that help build emotional showing it. And it's just checking in with that. So one way you can check it, it's how you now. I'm just going to ask you to hold up in front of your chest fingers that reflect how you're feeling right now. So 5 is, I'm having a great day, best ever. 1 is, I'm having a really lousy day. And whatever else is in between. So just hold up so I can see where you're at right now today. 5 is the best. 1 is not so good. And somewhere in between is better for it. So I can look around and see very quickly, without it being a big show for everybody, how you're doing. And I can notice who's putting up 5 and help try to support that. But more importantly, I can notice somebody putting up 1 or 2 or 3. And now I know I need to pay a little extra attention. I don't necessarily need to call out that they're not. Right. But maybe I hang around with them a little bit more, talk to them a little bit more, trying to support them on that practice. And so checking in is that way. But we really would show it. It's just by saying it, kids start to understand why this is more important than just or not.
It's not that.
What you in the midst was find out how I can lead to show him get an athlete into it. Are there some ways that you get in football or ways that you get athletes to participate in class? Yes.
I was the one who's on practice.
It's up.
They made me want to look at those.
Yes.
So they see you do it. Yes, but they did not see the side because I'm on their own practice.
Yes. So, what do you keep them? So keep it at design. Let the kids design practice. That's a great way to do it. And you kind of have to go along. They've got you running. You have to go on. You may not want to do that for every practice because they may decide so that doesn't get you why. But let them do it. Design a practice, pick a drill, choose what you're going to do next. Have him really helps them build that collaborative culture. Some of the best drills I've got but use still are ones that I ask him, what really would you like to do? Oh, I like this. Let's try it. Good. That's a brand new drill. So have him give that kind of thing. You really inspire. But then kind of like inside it. We think we have to practice how to practice what in terms of what skill do I have to teach, what's my next practice plan, how do I make this work? How well do you protect it? It doesn't take long. Just think about it. Was I present today? There's going to be some days it's really hard to be present. You've got some. It's important to take care of ourselves, right? It's hard to see. Some days, Buddy was mentioning, you're coming from a long day, now you're going to work with kids, and you're like, I'd rather be cool. Watching TV, you're taking a walk. You have to deal and you're out there coaching. So one of the things that helped me, the guy who started us, first one, Duke House, he told me when I first met him, he said, see yourself, I get to coach. That has always helped my practice. I just said, I get to coach. I get to be out on the field. I like the smell of like grass, field. I get to kick the ball around. I get to work the suit. I get to coach. And if I bring a little more enthusiasm, I'll stop with it. Just not bragging. One of the kids like lighting up this one. This time I keep bragging. So taking care of yourself. Lacking out how to do that. That's good. Talk to other coaches about maybe it's for pretty near what you want. Just check in with something and see how they're doing service. So ability to help really good work. We're going to talk about the challenge. It's about focusing on the things you look at. What are the things you have? Whatever. Attitude. Okay, attitude. No. Yeah, well, yes, I'm trying to choose like how they were looking at attitudes. Other things, what else do you have? Have course. You take, yes, they can control their own, you take, what can't they control? Yeah, sometimes they can't control that. Their side is up. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, they may be sick. They may not be here, and they look really good. What else? Okay. Yes. Other things that they may not have. The weather. Yeah. The opponent, right? When you get to a game, maybe that it's our pretty big, it's pretty famous character. There's no. So that's a good point. That they don't get control of this to their coach showing up physically but also emotionally. Right? So that's probably best. And so when we think about what kids do, that's what we're going to be. Get them to control what's out there. We want to focus on the answers. That's the answer. Learning. Here's when you go. But we want to get away from the score. few ways that you comparison about the state's act. So we can focus on the elements, get it through that, because they control the, they control their effort. They can control what they want to focus on with work. And they can control how they respond to it. We help them. The stakes are just very help. So what tools do we use to help them help us fight? This is part of the Anybody want to volunteer again? Ashley and what? Asia and Mike from the lineup. So here's what I'm going to ask you. This is your team outfit. I'll get your team. It's halftime and you're losing. And you haven't been playing real well. And so, Asia, what I'm going to ask you to do is give it halftime ball and live. You're a scorer. You're just concerned about winning. You're just concerned about beating that other team. So give it halftime ball. No, to your team. And then Michael's going to get the chance to do a fast read halftime ball. You've got to do that.
I'm going to ask the names, okay, because
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah, go for
All
it.
right, John, I'm see you out. Okay, Melissa, Sarah, watch. I'm so sorry, John. Karen, got it. Got it. Got it. Let's do it!
But how about, do you feel motivated? Do you feel motivated? No. Yeah. That may not be, but you actually did that in a very nice way. It's like how many you need to score points. But why can I do one that's about We're still losing, we're still getting beat bad, yeah.
All right, team. Pick it up. All right. We still got 2 halves to go. Okay. We learn from our mistakes. All right. We rebounds, free throws. All right. But if we go out there, we'll try hard. We have fun. All right. If we cut this lead down to 10 before the 4th quarter, we got a chance, guys. All right. Let's go.
Motivated by that, would that be my problem? So that, thank you. So you probably all played for coaches through the scoreboard. You sit down. I remember now that this goes back, I forgot about a year. In 8th grade, I played basketball, not very good. But I thought I was going to get into a game, but I never did. Afterward, the coach just said to me, he said, "You know why you didn't get in, don't you?" And I looked and said, "Yeah." And I was like, "No, I know what." But I see that still sticks with me. You could have done a better job. So when we take the scoreboard approach, it makes kids feel bad. It's not very motivating. When we talk to them about correcting mistakes, hey, give a good effort, let's go out and do this, give them a table of those, that's motivating. And so not only for halftime speeches, but throughout, we can do that. We're doing well. So here's some tools that will help you do that. Reward with effort. And Freddie showed me before we met some points. It's like 6. Oh yeah, there's 6 different points that can be given out to kids. And you do it at the end of the season. But for things that they show, none of these are about winning or being having the highest batting average or scoring close goals. They're about life skills and characters. And so when we reward those things, we'll see them. You can reward good play. We shouldn't ignore them. But we reward those things like good effort when you see it. You have some rewards. Does everybody use rewards during practice or during games? Yeah, tell us please about what do you do?
Okay, so for example, I know usually I gave like for my players, I give them like a bottle, bottle, and they get water. The other one was if we won a game, they got pizza. We did that twice.
Okay.
And it helped them, they got motivated, and this is what I told them, it's not always about winning. I know we want to win, but I also want them to have fun, because if they're not having fun, then what's, the point of, coaching? But yeah, the word that was helping me is giving them pizza, and it helped. We got a little bit better, and, but this year I feel I'm going to do something different and improve myself as a coach.
Yeah. So we can reward winning and then other things as well. And pizza might get expensive. Are there any cheaper awards? Yes. Rockstar. Found something that and your first name again?
Rosa?
Your first name?
Rosa?
Rosa, thank you, Rosa. So, good examples, but if you want to do it less expensively, you can get some things, but reward those things that you want to see it. And yes, we celebrate winning, but also for all the different things that kids can do, and find things that you can reward them for. It could be stickers during practice. I sometimes, with younger kids, give out Starburst, make their stars, by my bag of Starburst. I tell them don't eat it during practice. You can have it afterwards. And just something like that tells them, I'm noticing. What's the easiest way to reward a kid while we're out on the field? Yeah, cheer for them, saying something. Hey, good effort. Good job. And when we do that, we want to be specific about what the good job is. So like in soccer, I'm thinking of a player I coached who had real trouble using her left foot. She was otherwise great. And we would reward her whenever she used her left foot just by saying, hey, great job using her left foot. Now, if she used her left foot and gave the ball up to the other team, and we said, good job, what might you think?
Good job.
Yeah, good job, yeah, what do you mean good job? Are you being sarcastic? So we would have to say, good job using your left foot. We'll work on that pass, you will get better at it. So truthful and specific praises. But praise, noticing the things you want to see, kids who come back and pay attention, great kids who show up on time when they can, all of those things when you reward them, hard effort, good attitude, you'll see more. That's what gets rewarded gets done. Feed forward is the way of giving criticism is essential as coaches. It's not about, hey, you made a mistake, you should have done something different. It's, hey, you did this, and next time if you try this, it might work better. The kids receive that much better, just changing it. Hey, going forward, give this a try. I go out and hey, we really messed up. So feeding forward, and then the snake ritual. Does anybody here use the snake ritual? Is that a term? Now, so a mistake ritual is just something you say or do that says, hey, I made a mistake, I'm going to get past it. So, like a mistake ritual might rush home, or might be saying to yourself, next play. Yeah, Coach K at Duke, that was his mantra, next play. And one of his players, Shane Daddy, who played in the NBA and was college player of the year, he's part of the Plaza Coach line. He said that was the most important thing he learned from playing basketball there. Not because it did make him a better basketball player, but he uses it in every aspect of his life. Next play, all right, I made a mistake. How can I go on and do something better? I can worry about it. And so next play is a mistake. You mess something up, okay, next play, do better this next time. Make up. Even when you're doing well, it's next play. Like, all right, I did well, but I can't just stop there. Got to go on to the next play. But it can be something like no sweat or shake it off. Flush it is one that's used in baseball a lot. Curtis Granderson is part of Plaza Coach Live, who played with for a lot of big schools. he talks about the flush, how he did that, how it's just a gesture thing. I made a mistake. Kids like the body humor part of it, and so what they do. But think about instituting a mistake ritual so that when they do this, you tell them, hey, you made a mistake, I don't care what you go back to them. That's very, very powerful. I coach a lot of club soccer. I do a mistake ritual. A lot of times the players choose to brush it off. That's why I do that. I give them a choice. They often choose this. And then when I see them playing on other teams or in their high schools, I'll see them doing this. So I think they like that idea. Hey, I'm okay. I made a mistake. So using those tools will help build athletes. And Billie Jean King here talked to you. That's what she talks about. I really like this idea. Is when she makes a mistake, she doesn't even call it a mistake. She talks about, all right, I hit the ball, it was 6 inches out. I just think about that in my mind, think, what can I do differently? Why did that happen? And I adjust the next time that happens. She says it's not even a mistake, it's feedback. And because kids understand computers, when I get bad feedback, I adjust and then delete it. When I have a good play, I look at it from my computer, right? So kids will understand mistakes, just delete them. Good minds can't stay. So what I would encourage you to do is pick one of these tools and use it the next chance you get. Have you all started practice yet? I guess. So when you start practice, commit to using one of these tools and try it out. I've described some ways to do it. In the book, there's more detailed descriptions. You can go to our website at positivecoach.org. There's tons of videos and articles that are by trainers, by coaches on our National Advisory Board, by athletes, describing some of these tools and demonstrating how to use them. And make them your own. Pick the ones that work well for you and give them a try. So I encourage you to do that with last practice. Let's talk about filling the emotional tanks. That's our other one. So I just said that term, filling emotional tanks. Haven't said anything more about it. What I want you to do is when I say go, fill emotional tanks of people around you, 20 seconds. Everybody ready to do that? Fill emotional tanks of people around you. Go. So Brandon just reminded me that nonverbal communication is the most important communication. Kids may not hear what we say all the time, but they'll notice how we do it. So having positive body language, smiles, and fill tank. Just a brief example of that. So everybody make a circle with your hand. Just make a circle with your hand. And now put that circle right on your chin. Go ahead and put it right on your chin. Everybody have it on your chin? Yeah, that was a trick, yeah. We respond to verbal cues much more quickly than we do. I mean, we respond to visual cues much more quickly than verbal cues. So it's important for us as coaches to have positive body language, to look like we trust our player, to smile at them, and be open to them. What else do we think? She did a good job of filling the tank.
Oh, yeah.
There's things that fill tags and things that break. So you did have a lot of things. We talked about verbals and nonverbals. We see things out there that break, fill each other's tags, complimenting each other to a specific grade, by listening and understanding, by humor, by all sorts of things that fill tags. We want to stay on the things that fill tags. We want to stay away from the things that break tags. So look up there, what things are on both lists? Correction. Nonverbals and corrections. Yes. So how is corrections drain tags? Critical? Too many, yes. Overwhelming number, too many corrections? Yes. Yeah, yes, if you focus in too much on one issue, your tone, all sorts of things can make corrections great. What makes correct? Yes. 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 So if you have to, yeah. John Wood, the great coach, he used to say, I criticize my stars in public, and I criticize the bench players in private, which is that idea. Some people can take it better than others, but with kids, we don't want to emphasize criticize. Emphasize about them. If it's about behavior or skill, give it to them in private. So, way that we criticize and correct and make it grading. How is correction feeling?
Kids know what they need to learn.
Yeah, kids like to learn that. They know that you care enough about them to give them a correction. Yeah, I've been bored. Coaches telling me how to do this. Take the time. So corrections, actually a lot of research that corrections done in the right way are very good. That even though we're telling a kid, hey, you can do better or work on this, they like hearing that, they appreciate the information. And then nonverbal is the same way. We can say something with a different tone. It doesn't matter what language we use. We feel it different. So somebody told me, say the phrase, nice muscle, in a draining way. Somebody say, how would you say, nice hustle, draining? What happened? Both of you got that perfectly. I don't know if everybody could hear. Yeah, so yeah, little face. Yeah. So everybody say nice hustle in a positive, filling way. Right? Everybody. You're smiling, you're laughing, there's energy. So you get that idea. And it's not just the words we use, it's our whole approach in the meeting. And if we build a trusting relationship, then it goes over even better. So think about that. Here's an important thing to remember. You may have heard about this 5-to-1 ratio. It's that we have to give criticism, right? We cannot coach without giving criticism or correction. It's not fair to our player. But we have to have a ratio that approaches this 5-to-1. That it's established by research in businesses, in sports, in relationships, in school, and when it starts to fall below 5-to-1, people don't do as well. There's some research in schools that when it's as low as 3-to-1, kids are despondent. So they're still getting more praise than correction. They don't feel good about it. Why is it? Why is it that we need to?
Because for every 2 or 3 skills, there's one case that
Yes.
they always call it normal change or that's positive.
That's
They tell you more positive you give them versus the negative things they're still.
Yeah, think about when you've been criticized. Well, we have people give examples here today of things they remember from years ago of a coach criticizing. That sticks. The praise often washes over us. We need to balance it out. They're starting to research now, the people research this, whether there's an upper end to this. And they're starting to think maybe like 10-to-1, 15-to-1, if we're too positive all the time, what do kids think?
Being biased or
Yeah.
you're just saying that to make me feel good or something.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Yeah, you're just saying it to make, that's what coaches do. It doesn't hit always well. So we have to be somewhat discriminating with what we handed out and how we stuff. But reaching this ratio really important. And it's hard to do. So keeping it in mind, this video is, I'll just explain this. Molly Hellerman is the one who got me involved in positive coaching class. She ran a program for kids. It's called SCORES. It's in Randy Chastain started. It's in many cities. And kids come after school program, and learn soccer. And they have a game once a week, but they also have to learn poetry. So they have to learn poetry, read poetry, write a poem by the end of the season. So it gets kids up the street into a soccer practice facility, a classroom where they can spend several hours after school and learn some things that are really bad. So anyway, I volunteered for that, was doing some soccer coaching, and Molly said, oh, you should be a positive coaching trainer. I had known about positive coaching, but I didn't even know there was a positive coaching trainer. So Molly was the reason I got into it. She's a soccer coach, soccer player, played professionally in England and the U.S. And in this video, you'll see, I wish you could see it, but she mixes criticisms and praise all throughout. And she does a feed forward where she said, all right, that time you came to the ball, next time I'd like to see you when you don't get the ball, to peel off so you can get the next base. That's a feed forward. And take a look at, you can find this video on our website. I would encourage you to take a look at it. It's really a good example of being a positive coach. And go to our website. At the end, I'll put up some QR codes, or you can just go to our website, positivecoach.org, and find all these things. So what do we do to build emotional drive, the magic ratio? We keep that in mind. We do our best to keep that in practice. We do positive charting. And this is a list of what kids do well with the game or practice. So you as a coach, or maybe somebody else can do this. Maybe you look for a specific thing. Maybe in practice you were working on running hard at first base on any hit ball. And you notice what kids do, right? First inning you do this. Or you can just be looking for good things for every kid. But you have to look at every kid, write down 3 or 4 good things that they do. And they don't for a while. They high-five the teammate. They made a good hustle. They swung at the right kind of pitches, even if they didn't hit them. And feed that back to the kids in front of everybody. So everybody can hear, hey, I did a good job, you did a good job, coach is noticing this. Here's the thing, we can emphasize that you're working on, and it can just let kids know, I watched you when it's playing, and see all the good pitches. So you have, there's a form that you can get at our website. You can just use this on a piece of paper. Write those things out. And I used to write them out and hand them to the kids in that grade. And they always like to see them. I was at a soccer game one time as a spectator, as a playoff game. One of my players came up, she was going off the couch, sure. She said, you know, I was playing out my room and I found those things, it was meaning the positive charters that I was cooking. She had saved them. She said, I really like getting them. And she was a good player, but she let that extra support that she got by being noticed that she did. And seeing her teammates as well. And then the other circle is, these are the game getters together. Ask them to say good things to each other, what they appreciate about what happened during that game. Just circle up and ask each kid to say something to the kid next to them. It could be about a good play, it could be about something that they did to support their teammate. And you as a coach can fill in at the end after the kids talk. Give them a chance to talk first. This is good, it fills tanks. It also develops the leadership skill, which is difficult, of learning to compliment each other. That's real difficult for kids. build each other up. And they start to learn that, practice it all the time, they'll get better at it, serve it really well at life. There's an example of violence from it. Think about how you want to use one of these seeds that depends on to use it the way it is. And the final thing that we're talking about, the final principle, honoring the king. It's about being respectful. All that elements of a game. It's about sportsmanship, but it's really about showing respect for the game. It's about treating yourself and others. And this is what we talk about when we talk about what we need to build and do sports. So feel that people feel safe and see, heard, valued. We have honoring the game going on. Kids do it. So there's a lot of different ways you can do that. What you're going to focus on, you thought, all the elements of the game that we keep respects, rules, opponents, officials, teammates, and it's a model, but really most importantly, ourselves. So if we can teach that, you mentioned self-esteem earlier. If we can teach kids to respect themselves, all these other things fall out. Because when I respect myself, I work hard, I achieve things, I set goals for myself, I acknowledge that I can make mistakes and be okay. I acknowledge that I have successes, which can be hard. It's hard for kids to make mistakes and say, hey, I did good. Some kids have a very hard time wrapping their heads around. So we can instill all these factors, self-respect each other, but also we're on a field, we need to respect these other people. So what I'd like to do, just take the table with you from here, talk about where your challenge when you're coaching to show the proper respect to these things. For many it's officials, it's difficult to show respect to others. For others it's opponents or people. Just talk with people around you about things you have challenges with, ways that you try to help them. And then we'll come back and share some. Jesus. So Josh just said, when the other team is doing things that are disrespectful, fouling, maybe they're referee, maybe their coach is doing that, maybe they're not showing respect to your players, that's hard. And that's where it's extra important to show respect. That's a tough situation. But if you can learn how to do that, maintain your integrity, does that fall to their levels? Because that's temptation, right? Oh, that guy kicked me, I'm kicking it back. That guy's yelling at the ref, I'm yelling at the ref. We can learn to keep our cool and our integrity for things. That's really like closer than a tough one. So with all of these, finding ways to keep our respect for ourselves. That's my word, yeah, self-respect. With officials, I know I've said things to officials where people would send that clip with the right, said that in front of my team. Having a way to step back, like a self-control. So mine is I hold a water bottle. Before I'm going to say anything, I take a sip. But usually, that's enough. Ashley was looking like I was going to say I sprayed it. No, I actually take a sip, and usually that's enough time to say, all right, reconsider, don't say anything or say it differently. But having something like that, a co-coach would say, hey, you need to step back, a little signal that you give to each other, chewing on something, walking away, whatever it is, whether you're going to say something to officials or an opponent, stepping back is really a good thing. So remember to honor the game. You think about the behaviors when you do this, you build the right culture. It looks like this. You don't need to hear this to see what happens. Some of you guys can put me in with this. So the first time I saw this, I thought, oh, what's that kid doing? Is he going over there getting active or swinging the pitcher? He saw the pitcher was upset that he, and the pitcher, even in the longer video, the pitcher was bullshitting all the tried to, but he was still upset. So this kid recognized that. He gave him up. That's a caring practice. If we have that, that's great. And so we want to encourage them. I don't know if you saw it in the Olympics where small violence, the other gymnasts, Jordan bowed down to the resilience. There was a tweet from a black football player that said that's really disgusting. It's like, wow, what kind of sports culture are you trying to put? Everybody else got it. This is showing respect. Yeah, you need to put in the action. That's great. She was great. So that's what we want to feel, where people feel like we respect the other person, where they go and give them up. So we're building positive. Like, yeah. Showing forward, people we talk about, seeing how peaceful moments. Look for those opportunities. A lot of times, a family game where we make this sort of consequence or punish kids. And sometimes you have to do that. And they feel involved. But make sure you go back and talk to them. We have a meeting with the parents if you can, let them know what the expectations for down on the children. So there's a lot of information out there. It's like 2 hours. I'll dig down out there. You plan to use these great political websites. But you can see what it is. Look at the guidance that's already out there. Resource out, toolkit, I'll leave those up there. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this. Thanks for everybody for participating.
Thank you all for listening, for participating, engaging in the workshop with Joe. I hope we really took something for you. If you have any questions about PCA, contact us. Access to all those resources. Give them a round of applause. All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Ryan. He's going to get into the great details about the league schedule, details of programs this fall. And then we're going to have a breakout session. We'll take a break. Right, sir. I'm going to describe.
We'll take it to the last one. Last time. Johnson. But Tommy, right, what's that? Baseball, and soccer. So it's got make this real quick that you got started with, but can be good. Quick overview, all sports, cross country, baseball, soccer. We have got a lot of exciting stuff going on. So, but you guys know we got stipends. So, income packets, contracts, looking on this, please fill those out. Read over those, understand all of that. You can require Joe, buddy, these characters, any questions about this. But fill those out, sign that as we back me today.
far as with stipends, so because of this grant, we're big stipends, well, with that paperwork. So we've got a vote survey back there in pre-season and post-season for all of our sports. We'll get this out first practice and collect it and scan it in to be sent back to these where I just for a PAL officer to pick it up. Those are mandatory. To use that not collected as much as you can. Want to try to get 80% surveys but this is all information that we continue to market for our kids. You guys continue to get stipends. These kids continue to play sports for free, provide coaches equipment like this for music. We've got coaches that coach out here who soccer. We spent about $30,000 this summer. And so, what was the events that you guys are testing is the one that got great experience. Want to get out of the world. We want to show them our something instantly. We want you athletic directors. We want you working directly with our PAL officers. On the backside of your agenda, you've got who's my PAL officer. Share email and contact on athletic directors. We'll be working directly to elect rosters, find coaches, those rosters that can campus, current rosters, coaches, no sports. So just to lead it out, that's one is to create a roster for that support. Because we track grades, we track attainment, temporary systems from each game. So that's got for this. They require information and helpful at the end of the year as part of this journey. So you'll work directly at those coaches and PAL officers. Your job is communication. By helping them find practice times, practice locations. I need to help find practice locations. We have, not a lot of space. If you find a location, I'm kind of like help find this location. But hold on, try to just find practice. It's a practice time. Really check work with those coaches based on their availability. Usually let coaches rest based on what the school has available. Some days in the school, he kind of just put a line on them. Try to find alternatives, roll around and some stuff up. But athletic directors just be cognizant that your job is to work directly with our PAL officers, track coaches. So you'll collect up all of these surveys, all the forms that you need to get to us. £70 is for contracts, people that are here today, send them a good collect those, turn them into you guys can also reach out to coaches. You guys will be keeping track of practices. I'd like for coaches to start taking attendance. They can, just like you would in a classroom. So I'll have rosters for you. So basically, I got it done. It is on our website. Our sign-ups to registration, when they sign up every single sport right at once for the whole year. So that way when they sign up, I know they're good to play PAL sports for the whole year. That's fine. And we're just super spoiled with games, wanting to play. And I will give those rosters to you before practices start. If those kids are not on that roster, they need to sign up on our website, online, or at the one. And all of this information that I'm talking about today, I will send electronically via email today. So you'll have all of that. So, as far as rules and things like that, I didn't put rules out today because I wasted a lot of paper already. So, on this page right here, on our website, we're getting all this corner, this big rules that we do on all of our rules that we have. I'll also send those over electronically. Yes, Mike, you have a question?
She wanted to all register for the penis at
Yes.
so like
If they're not on that list,
they can't try out.
they can't practice. It's just like 7th, 8th grade. We're trying to follow that model. So if they don't have to have physicals, they don't have to have rank 1, none of that.
Well, what I'm asking though
Yeah.
is like for tryouts, do you want us to be registered before they have tryouts?
I would like you to, yes. I want everybody to register for a sport that they want to play throughout the year, regardless of whether they play that sport. We're trying to keep track of how many kids actually play the sport versus how many kids want to play the sport versus how many volunteers we have. This shows the numbers to our grandmothers to say, hey, how do we get more money to get more, whatever. So if we can try to have them to sign up, if they need to sign a physical form right there. I'm sorry, I've got physical forms if they need to
So
sign.
we already gave us
Okay.
so we make it physical. We're starting to do that. We're trying to
Love that, love that. So they can, just know, they can sign up throughout the whole year. Registration is open throughout the whole year. I just want them to be on that list. So, for instance, if you've got kids playing ball sports right now and they're not on that list, they decided, oh, I want to play this sport now, but they're not on that list, I'd give you a meeting. If they play ball sports, that's fine, they're good. You tell me, I'll add them to that so that I can keep track. I've got roster forms in the back for you guys to utilize for your own. So what you'll do is what you guys are practice trials. We do not want to try to cut anybody. So part of house course is meeting inclusive, getting their feet wet, having these kids play sports recruit. That's huge. A lot of people in the metro do not afford to play sports. So this is an opportunity for them to play. So we have the numbers to create teams. Let's do it. Yes. Ideally, we'd like to have a 5th grade team and a 6th grade team for both boys and girls. And I will have a 5th grade schedule and a 6th grade schedule. That's the ideal model. So if you have enough 5th graders and enough 6th graders to make a team, go ahead and make it. Okay? For cross country, it doesn't matter. You run as many kids as possible. We partner with OK Cross Country, so we've got a timing company that comes out, so they all start at the same time. So it's all everybody starts at the same time. Character challenge. I want you coaches to be teaching the character challenge. There is a form back here in your packet that has all of our character traits. These are our points up here that we give out to students. We used to give them out every week. Because each week have words to talk about. We don't do that anymore because little Johnny got a little more respect, and then the next day went and disrespected his teacher. So what you'll do is you'll keep an eye on your kids. Our foul officer will keep an eye on your kids. I'm going to try to have your foul officers go out to practices, check in on you guys. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to your foul officers first. 80
year?
I'm trying to keep it to where we can properly measure these kids, because in the past we've had very lopsided scores in some of the sports. So, I'm not trying to demoralize some of these kids. So we're gonna have a preseason little showcase, little 30-minute games. We'll play 30 games. I gave some soccer coaches a schedule there. It's gonna be the week before the season starts. It's September 7th. Have your whole team come out. This is an opportunity for you to play all your kids. We're going to have 1 or 2 teams. We'll have 3 different games to go through to see, just give them some time. So we'll go through that. That'll be an energy practice meal. It's like the 61st for weather. So we'll be out there that day. Season for soccer starts the following week. We'll be out of the Washington Soccer Complex. That's on Southeast 29th and Independence. Let's see. As far as soccer goes, our referee assigner wanted me to give you his contact. If you have any issues with referees, contact him. Does not care. He's giving out the personal phone. So if you need to contact him, contact him. His number is 405-820-9718. His name is Bill Gavarnik. Evarnik. Gavarnik. Yes, great guy. But if you guys do, he told me to specifically get this out so you can contact him. He's our that's just a few bad things. I'll take care of all the referees. Everything that we do now is free of charge. So, you're not going to have to spend any money. So, here in a second, we are going to break off into sports sessions, and afterwards, I'm going to give out equipment. Caitlin has baseball equipment. If you guys need baseball equipment, what we're doing with baseball is utilizing the baseball equipment that the school has. So if you need any extra additional equipment, we're happy to provide that for you. Caitlin has, I think, a number 8 today. As far as baseball equipment goes, I have these soccer bags for cross country. They get you guys to the school. I don't have those today. I only have so much space in my bus, but I'm going to get you guys those. So after we're done with the breakout session, this is soccer. You'll meet me by the bus to check out one of these bags, these equipment bags. You'll get one per school per gender. So one boys soccer team, one girls soccer team per school. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? If you need to